We're back on this Monday with more of Today and a few young people who are going to make you believe in your own dreams again. They're young, they're rich and talented, and no, we're not talking about Miley Cyrus or the Jonas Brothers.
No, we are not. We're talking about Olivia Bennett, a nationally recognized artist, Ephraim Taylor, the CEO of City Capital Corporation, and Allison Ames, the president and co-founder of Wonderland Bakery and Wonderland Bakery Adventure.
These kids and many others are featured in Mark Victor Hansen's new book called The Richest Kids in America. And by the way, if you recognize his name, it's because Mark is also one of the brains behind the Chicken Soup for the Soul series. Had a little success in that publishing world, haven't you?
Oh, I'm so thankful.
This was a great...
I'm thankful that everyone reads our stuff.
Well, they're great books. They really are. Very inspirational.
And this is a terrific idea to highlight kids like these. I say kids, but they're, teens
young
and
adults.
20s, young adults. So smart. What made you decide to do it?
What happens is I won the Horatio Alger Award, which says you came from rags to riches, and we've helped more kids get through college than anyone. And one of the kids came to one of my seminars, made $1.6 million, and I said, "Holy cow, we could get the economy going again if we just got." We got 20% of our society as kids, but they're 100% of the future. If we got, I found the richest kids, which you're about to see. Every one of them has good self-worth, good self-esteem. They're still kids.
Good work ethic.
Yeah, good work
Great
ethic.
work, not good. These kids,
great work
they
ethic.
got muscles and triceps and biceps that
And they're
do
following
work.
their passion, aren't they? Every one of them is following their
They're
passion.
passionately purposeful. They've taken their curiosity, turned into creativity, turned into cash, taken problems and turned into profits.
Now, Olivia, you knew you had a gift in the art world when you were younger, and then you got...
It was really early on.
And you got ill, didn't you?
I did. When I was 5, I was diagnosed with leukemia. And during that time, I was home for about 2 years. I had zero energy, and painting was it was always a passion of mine, but it was more of
therapy then.
It was a therapy, and it was a release for me at that time.
So how do you go from painting a beautiful picture that anyone can do to turning it into an incredible industry?
I've been really blessed in that because not many artists, there's so many starving artists out there. And I can say that I do what I love and I get paid for it. And it's awesome.
Well, your first starts with one painting, which you got paid $50 for.
Yeah,
I got paid to sing for $5 the first time. I said, I'm a professional. But that you are once you start getting paid for your craft.
It builds that confidence. And I started doing local shows when I was 10. I did, outdoor festivals and art fairs. And from there, it's just been amazing.
Look at you now.
Yeah, and publicity obviously has helped and different things like that. But just really word of mouth and meeting people and making that connection.
And what do your paintings go for now? This large, gorgeous butterfly.
This is actually a print, but I've got a full merchandise line. My original started about $2,500 to $30,000. The average is about $7,000 to $10,000.
Now, Ephraim, I like your story a lot too because you started off wanting to play video games when you were younger.
Who doesn't?
Okay, and your mom said, "We don't have video games. Figure it out yourself. How to create them."
Yeah, well, absolutely. My mom posed a very challenging question. We were one of those families. I was born in Mississippi in a very interesting background. It's not like I came out of an urban environment, so we're in Mississippi. And we moved out a lot and ended up settling in the Midwest. And my mom posed this challenging question of, Ephraim, figure out how to make your own game. And I didn't know any boundaries. That's the beautiful thing about being
Ignorance
a kid.
is bliss.
It's great as a kid because you think you can fly, you're Superman, you're invincible. So I actually read a whole bunch of books that my parents actually made an investment in, started reading, taught myself how to program computers and making games, selling them to my friends. And then I took those skill sets and parlayed them into other businesses.
Well, I love that he had his history teacher in school ended up working for you and
love
quit his
that.
job, right?
Yeah, something like that. I mean, the thing was that I took the computer skill sets that I learned early on. I mean, making video games beat, selling lemonade or cutting the grass. But I got to do something that I love. I ended up in high school having a $3.4 million firm, 13 employees. My high school history teacher ended up working for me. And then later on, went from there, ended up becoming the youngest African-American ever to take a company public on the stock market at the age of 23.
Ephraim? About.
Do we have to say that on
Of
national
course.
TV?
She wants to know if she wants to have lunch with you. That's none of your business, Hoda.
I put it like this. It's into the 8 figures. I've done 2 public listings here over my career. I'm working on my 3rd, actually, for one of my clients. Mr. Dwight Freeney is a football player, so it's interesting.
Awesome. And Allison, your turn, darling.
Yes.
When did you first start baking?
Well, I have a major sweet tooth. So since I was young, I knew I wanted to be in the kitchen, making sweets for friends and family, and baking with my mom was such a passion. So I knew it was something I wanted to do. It was a hobby that turned into my passion that turned into Wonderland, which is amazing.
How do you make the transition though from something you love into something that is lucrative?
Well, I think for me it was just such a drive. I knew it was something I wanted to do, so I went for that goal. And we've created all these great products, and we have all these great customers that come in and a great following base. So it's really like the word of mouth that
so you
has
sold in the
grown
neighborhood
our
first
business.
and branched out and
Absolutely.
branched out.
We started in Southern California, and now we're nationwide.
So you're a CEO?
I am.
Look at you.
Yes.
How old are you? I'm sorry.
I'm 23.
You're 23. And how old are you, Ephraim?
Oh, I just turned 27.
27?
20 next
20.
week.
And none of you are married?
No.
Married with 2 kids. Happily married.
Well, then you
Wow.
can't have lunch
Whatever.
with him. That's life, huh? We are so proud of you all. Thank you so much
we're so
for
glad
sharing.
you brought
Thank
it
you,
together.
Mark.
We want to get every kid to be an entrepreneur because there's no jobs. I just got hired by Brown University, and they came in. They said every kid couldn't get a job at General Motors, General Foods, General Electric, General Mills, and so they said they generally weren't wanted. So I said, well, wait, look, an entrepreneur takes low value, makes it high value. This book, The Richest Kids in America, can make every kid a high value, high self-esteem, feel good about him or herself, and we can make the economy rock.
Well, the book will motivate you. It really will.
Isn't it a good book? I thank you guys for reading it.
Terrific book. Thank you all very, very much. Thank you for being with us.